are two Andrews who will never notice me in my life, and that's Andrew Hussey and Andrew Aldridge, although Andrew Aldridge probably hates me by default, so at least I get that going for me. Hello everyone. So, this is stating the obvious, so I don't feel a reason to state this, but you know, the last year I understand has been very tough on a lot of people. However, like I mentioned, not on me. So I feel like now then, at any point in time, especially since if you live on this hemisphere, the weather's hella shitty right now. Everyone needs a pick-me-up, you know, everyone needs something to make them a little bit happy. And so I decided, because you know, I'm a happy person, a shit ton of things make me happy. So I decided to share with you the things that I am currently enjoying, because I enjoy a vast array of things. And so maybe one of those things turns out to be something you might enjoy as well, that can bring a little bit of joy and a little bit of sunshine into your life. That way, maybe you can, if you're feeling very down, if you've seen my previous videos, you may know that I believe in getting the joy from the small things in life. And those are the small things that I've been enjoying, that have been making me happy lately. I don't know if you can get all of these in every country or anything. Some of these may be a little bit cheaper, some may be expensive. Really, I guess it depends. Of course, this isn't a cure for depression or anything like that. There's no scientific research behind this will make you feel good, and it's also no form of psychotherapy. But if you're in the dumps and you want like a little pick-me-up at this particular time, these are the things that I do, that I enjoy, that make me a little bit happy, and hopefully they'll make you happy as well. Sorry, the first thing off is my sweater, which I shall demonstrate in a second in this beautiful montage. This is me, the sweater. Also, 10 points to everyone who gets where this symbol is from. Seriously. 10 points. Let me know in the comments below if you get it. So first off, the thing that is probably one of the cheaper things, but also, I don't want to say accessible, because I think this is a rather fairly new company. It's been around for like 2 or 3 years, I may be wrong there, and I don't know if you can buy it in different countries. I have no idea, but it's Adalbert's tea, and the one that I've been enjoying lately is the tropical black tea, and it has, give me a second, it has black tea, Ceylon black tea, fruits of papaya, mango and melon. So it has a little bit of like a tropical taste, but it's really warm and it really makes me feel good, and it's not super expensive. It's like £3 around, I think, for one packet like this, and this lasts me for like, I don't know, 3 months at least. I drink around 4 cups of tea per day, so something around that. It's been making me, helping me feel warm and nice and generally just good in life. So another thing that I've been really enjoying lately, as you might know, I really like Yankee candles. I live in the biggest city in my country, and as far as I know, there are only 2 shops in the city that sell Yankee candles. One of them is in a small town, actually, next to the city that I live in, not in the town, and I've been buying Yankee candles from there for like 9 years now, and I still don't know what the lady that sells them is called, so I just call her the candle lady. But I like her so much that sometimes even if I don't want a candle, I go and get a candle from her just so she can get some money, because I really don't want her to go out of business due to Corona, because honestly she's just such a cool person and I really like her. She's one of those people who doesn't force you to buy candles so that she can make money off of you. She actually, I wanted to buy a candle that is not on any sort of promotion right now, because I want to give her more money, but she still told me to go with the candle of the month, which is always cheaper, and honestly she knows me so well after those 9 years. So I got this candle. It's called Christmas Magic. As you can see, it's burned like 1/3 down now probably, and it's beautiful. So I also my mom got it as a present like 1 week later from someone, but my mom hates scented candles, so she gave it to me. And I got the smaller version too, but I'm pretty happy with both. So in case you want to see, this is the medium size, this is the smaller size. They're really good, cool. I don't really know the exact fragrances that are in here. I think it's mostly like trees, like pine trees and tangerines. However, to me those candles smell of everything related to Christmas. Even though Christmas is over, and even though I'm an atheist and I don't really celebrate Christmas that much, I don't know, it's so cozy because the weather outside is so shit and everything's shit. I mean, not everything, but like the weather and just the cold and everything's terrible. So this candle really makes me feel fuzzy and nice inside. I like to light it up when I'm reading a book and drinking my cup of Sir Adalbert's tea. It's very, very nice to me. Those candles smell like I said, everything that's Christmassy, so a little bit of tangerine and orange. It also smells like baked apples, like Christmas cookies, like gingerbread, like snow falling in pines. It smells like everything, every one of those things at once, but at the same time it's not overwhelming. It's actually a very nice candle. Now, Yankee candles are a little bit more expensive, and I do understand that that's not for everyone, but I personally enjoy them and I buy them every few months, also so the candle lady can get some money. Also, since we're on the topic of Christmas and New Year's, do you believe in New Year's resolutions? I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions, because I believe that you can change your life at any point in your life that you want to. Also, the one time I did have a New Year's resolution, it was to travel more, and then COVID struck, because it was last year, so that much. But I do have one resolution for this year, although it just came to me like this epiphany yesterday. So what I want to say, New Year's resolution, I just decided that's a cool thing to do, to read at least authors from at least 5 different countries or cultures every year, like at least 5, because you know, I usually read the ones that are the most accessible, easy to find, because you know, for instance, the country I live in, there's no way that I'm gonna get, for instance, any Asian author, because they are one Japanese author, I don't remember his name, but he's very famous, so he's translated into this language, but it's very hard to find other authors like that, so I have to buy them from like different countries, and I can't do that right now because of COVID, because nothing is coming into my country. However, I want to do that, and I won't include American authors in this, because so many American authors, I mean, there's a lot of you Americans, let's be honest, there's a hell of a lot of you, and you publish a lot of books, so it's very easy to get an American book. So like, I'm gonna read American novels anyway, but I'm not gonna include them in this challenge resolution thing. This year I read books written by American authors, English, Irish, Australian, Japanese, German, Slovakian, and one more. Irish? Have I said Irish? I don't remember if I said Irish, but if I haven't, Irish is the 8th. So we'll see how I'll do on that note. Since we're on the topic of Japanese, the next thing I enjoy is JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. And now, I want to state very clearly, I am not a fan of manga and anime. The reason I enjoy Japan, which I did get into as an older person, is because I enjoy their movies. I think their culture is very rich and beautiful. I enjoyed their food, and now I started enjoying their literature. However, I was never a weeaboo. I was never a fan of manga and anime. That is just not my thing. If you are, no judging, fair enough. However, it's just not for me, if you know what I mean. So, but my boyfriend was very adamant that we watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, so I finally gave up, and I was like, fine, let's watch this one anime, because all of his friends are watching it, even though they're not anime weeaboo fans as well. But it was like, yeah, everyone's watching it, I want to watch at least one in my lifetime, let's watch JoJo. And I was like, fine, and oh my god, it's ridiculous, it's so stupid, but I love it. It makes me feel good, because it's basically, we're on the second JoJo, if you watch the JoJo and Yakuza. We're halfway through the second JoJo, sorry, just at the beginning. But it's basically an anime about very manly men being very manly and saving people manlily and being manly as fuck and manliness. Very manly. The epitome of manliness. Manly man. Sorry, it's just extremely amusing to me, but it's clearly done in a very like sarcastic, funny, sardonic maybe even way, so it's not like, oh, we believe all men should be like this, or manly pow and shit. It's pretty hilarious. I'm actually enjoying it. Speedwagon for life, he is my bae, I love him. If you've watched JoJo, you can tell me who's your favourite character. But yeah, so JoJo's an anime series, whatever, that I enjoy, and if you're not a fan of anime like I am, maybe you'll still get to enjoy it as well. I don't know, you know, I enjoy it. Since we're on the topic of weird things, we're going from topic to topic. The next thing I've been truly enjoying this year is Homestuck. I have read Homestuck for the first time 7 years ago now, maybe 8. I don't remember, longest time ago, when it was still relevant. And lately I've been just feeling like, oh man, that's so shit, why did I ever like that? And then I started becoming like, but I watched it, I started reading it, sorry, it's a webcomic, Homestuck, and that's why I like read. It has some animation periods that are like videos. But I started reading it around the Christmas period those few years ago, and I just became so nostalgic. I was like, you know what, I know everyone thinks Homestuck is shit and toxic and evil and stupid, but I'm gonna give it a go again. And so I started reading it. I just finished off Act 5, Part 1. Bruh, it's such a good webcomic. Like, I don't even know why people think it's so shit. Probably because of the fandom, even though I haven't heard anything from the fandom in a few years. I have checked out the epilogues and the second part. I don't know, they lost the original magic to me. They're not as sassy, it's not as funny, it just doesn't have that spark to me as the original, so just not my cup of tea. However, the original Homestuck is just such a gem. It's really, maybe back in the day when I was still in high school, so years ago now, I was into cosplaying, and the majority of characters I cosplayed were Homestuck characters. I did Roxy, Tarazi, Kanaya. I tried to turn my boyfriend into Aquarius because he just looks similar, so it was the easiest thing to do. Yeah, I think there's one more character I've done from Homestuck, but I can't exactly remember right now. Oh yeah, Porim. Porim was the last one that I've done, but I did her blood swapped, so I did her red instead of like jade green or whatever the color's called. I'm not good with colors, I'm kind of colorblind actually. So yes, so maybe if I find any of my old cosplay photos, I can put them in here. Beware though, I was much younger, even though I probably didn't look much younger because I have the face of a baby. So yes, Homestuck is another thing that I really am enjoying right now, although I don't know if I can really recommend it because I don't know how much I'm enjoying it because it's actually that good, or how much I'm enjoying it because I'm just extremely nostalgic about it, because it's the most important part of my teenage years, right along My Chemical Romance probably, so yeah, but that's been fun. And the next thing I've been enjoying for all you gamers out there is Borderlands 3. Yes, I know I'm late to the game, I know the game came out a year ago, but I don't know how it is where you live, but where I live, the game costs a fuck ton on its release date. So I tend to wait around a year so the price drops down from like, I don't know, £50 to like £10, you know, because if I'm a student and a lab worker, I don't own a shit ton of money, I'm not hella rich, so you know, I tend to wait for a game. Yes, I know Cyberpunk's out. No, I haven't played it yet because it's too hella expensive. However, the majority of my friends have. Borderlands, I don't know if you know Borderlands. It's a pretty famous series, so it's hard to believe someone wouldn't know it. But basically, it's an Australian game, and bruh, can you tell that it's Australian? It's bloody hilarious. It's drawn this beautiful comic style. The characters are hilarious. Everything's sarcastic. Everything's sardonic. It's extremely funny. It's mostly a shooter game. You know, it's science fiction. You fly around space in this particular part, but you don't. You play it to shoot people, of course, but you also play it for the graphics, which are really original in my opinion, and the humor. The humor is just the best for me. And the characters are amazing. Moxie and Tina are just like, they're so rad, although I really like the way they did Maya in the third part. I'm really enjoying it. Also, I'm really enjoying it because it's very different from the previous parts, as in all the previous parts took place on Pandora, and in this one you actually get to visit other planets, and that is so super cool in my opinion. When the second part ended a few years back, I was like, okay, if they make a sequel, the only way the sequel will be good is if they go to other planets, and that's what they did, so that makes me extremely happy. The game is really good though, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And the last thing that I've been really enjoying lately are fish tacos by Honeysuckle. I am not a fan of Mexican cuisine because it's just a little bit too heavy for me. I try to eat very healthy. My MA is on the topic of how diet influences your fatigue and other things, plus we're kind of doing microbiota stuff and shit, so I'm trying to eat very healthy, but also since I started eating healthy 2 years ago now, you know, trying to cut out sugar and fat, I noticed that I actually feel better. And if I go to McDonald's, I know once a month or once every few months, I feel so sick afterwards, like my body has really detoxed, you know, and like, no, this isn't some kind of, you know, way of trying to enforce, oh, you have to eat healthy, because honestly I don't care. Everyone is responsible for their own bodies, and it's none of my business. I'm not here to save the world, I'm just here to state my opinion. However, if you'd like to have a video about how diet influences certain things, how certain diets work, since I am now knowledgeable on this topic, I'll gladly make a video like that. However, it's like I said, I'm not judging anyone. I don't care how anyone eats. I, however, prefer to eat healthy because I just feel better. I feel a lot better while eating less sugar, even though I still crave it a lot sometimes. And I feel a lot better eating less fat than I did before. And although Mexican cuisine can be very appealing to me, it is extremely fat and it doesn't make me feel good. However, Honeysuckle has made a video, I'll link it below if you'd be interested to make these tacos. And I was like skeptical because I'm not also the biggest fan of fish. I like some fish, but unfortunately the fish I like are expensive because it's salmon and tuna, and getting them here costs a lot, so I don't really get to eat a whole lot of it. This one I think she made with cod, and I'm just not the biggest fan of cod, even though it's fortunately the cheapest fish in my country. But I decided to make those tacos because they looked cool, and I've been making them all December. They're just so good, but they're also healthy. They're really healthy. If you don't have the Mexican cheese to put on top, then I use feta instead, because in my country you can't get any sort of Mexican cheese. So I just put feta instead of that cheese. Please don't kill me, Mexican people. Thank you. But it's still very, very good, and it's healthy. It's tasty. So if you like, you can give it a try. It's something that I've been enjoying lately a lot, and it's also not that much of a deal to prepare it. It's not that time consuming or anything, or expensive for that matter. I mean, I don't know where you live, of course, because it's like I said at the beginning, that prices of certain things might differ, but I don't think that those particular things are expensive in my country. The things that are hard to come by is the Mexican cheese, which I just changed for feta cheese, and coriander. Fresh coriander is extremely hard to come by in my country, so that may be a problem for some of you, but when you do come upon it, it's not extremely expensive, so that's fine too. Yes, so those were the things that I enjoyed, have been doing lately. Maybe you'll figure out that you like one of those things as well, and that it could bring you some joy as well, you know, even if just for a little bit, to lighten up your mood, because I don't know how you all have been doing during the pandemic. I don't know if you're good, if you're bad, and you know, I feel like if you can lighten up your mood a little bit, you should try and lighten up your mood a little bit. I mean, why not, you know what I mean? As the the review bra says, I mean, why not, right? Basically. So let me know in the comments below, what have you been enjoying lately? Have you been maybe enjoying one of the things that I've been enjoying? Do you know or like any of the things that I mentioned in this video? Do you have any New Year's resolutions? And if so, leave them down below. Do you even believe in New Year's resolutions. Just let me know what's up with your life, guys, because I miss y'all, you know? Even though I'm shitty at posting, I like you guys. I'd like to have some contact with you, yes. So, I hope you like this video. Let me know all of your thoughts. If you hate me, let me know as well. That's fine. That's cool, motherfucker. It's totally fine. You can hate a motherfucker if you want. I don't care. Let me know. And I hope I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Mwah.